Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and today I'm going to be opening up some of the brand new Wal-Mart exclusive variants of the Masters of the Universe action vinyls from the loyal subjects. So I opened up an entire case of the regular standard wave of these, so if you haven't already watched that, make sure you go check that video out first. These are a brand new Walmart exclusive variant case that are starting to show up at stores right now, which includes some new color variations of some of the pre-existing sculpts. So the boxes themselves look pretty much exactly the same on the front. There's really nothing that identifies this as a Walmart exclusive. You wouldn't really know if this is what you're looking for until you look at the actual cross-sell to see the figures that are inside. So, some of the things that we can find inside these new boxes include a new version of Trapjaw, which is the cartoon edition. So basically we got, more of a cartoon deco going on there. He's 2 out of every 12. We got the DC versus Masters of the Universe Classics He-Man. I guess that's what this means. So I don't know if that means he's colored to look like that DC Comics version or that DC versus MOTU like 2-pack that we had back in the Classics line. But regardless, it's a new color variation of He-Man. We've got the Masters of the Universe Classics Edition version of Triclops, which again, I think just means we got a different coloration going on there to kind of match that. We've got the classic toy color Skeletor, which I think looks really cool. I love that face paint, so that's pretty sweet. As well as a classic toy variant of Evil Lynn, so she's rocking the yellow skin and the blue outfit, so pretty cool. And then there's a mini comic edition of Beastman, so he is all red. So all of these are 2 out of every 12. These are going to be the more common ones. Now, if you look at the back, these are the super duper rare ones that you can also find. Teela is again a rare figure, which is such a bummer. I wish they'd quit making Teela so hard to find, but she's 1 in every 48. She's got that pink outfit from the classic mini comics that she's appeared in. We've got another red version of Beastman, but he's flocked. I really want this one. I hope I get him. But he's 1 in every 96, so he's going to be really, really tough to get. But not as hard to get as Anti-Eternia He-Man, who's Club 28, which means they only made 28 of these, period. No more than 28 of these exist, so he is ridiculously rare. But then there's also this gold edition He-Man where they only made 1. 1! There is 1 of these floating out there. Ugh, that's crazy. It's bonkers. I don't know why they do that sort of thing. But regardless, let's start opening these up and see what we've got on the inside. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start by cutting a little tape piece up here. I think we got tape there. These boxes, I always end up just ripping the lids right off these things because the glue is always so tight. There we go. I'll just rip right in. Why not? I don't need to save the box. So here we go. Bag number 1. What did we luck out with? Boom! We got just the standard red mini comic Beastman. That's actually really cool looking. Not the flocked one I was hoping for, but you can see it's just the same Beastman, but he's got an all red paint deco. Really no other like shading or variants or anything. He's just straight red, but still, that's kind of cool looking. I like that. So let me go ahead and open up. We got his weapon here too. And the weapon is cool because it is like an actual rope. Look at that. So we can get that in his hands here. Here we go. Hold on to your whip, Beastman. There we go. Boom, just like that. So these guys are really cool. If by some reason you haven't watched my other video yet, which you should, I'm going to say that again. But these are really nicely articulated. Actually, they feel nice and sturdy. They're great plastic. I like that quite a bit. But you can see good articulation on here. They're just kind of done in this very stylized look, which is what all of the Loyal Subjects action vinyls look like, with kind of the larger heads, the smaller bodies, but still very, very fun renditions of these characters. So pretty cool. All right, we started things off with Red Beastman. Let's dive right into the next box. Really hope we didn't get any doubles of these. Gosh, I really hope so. Okay, here we go. We got a tear tab on here, right? Yep. Tear tab on the bag. Let's jump right in. Oh, look at that. Toy Colors Evil Lynn. Sweet, sweet. All right. Oh, and I totally forgot to pull this out of the Beastman one, but we do get a little card in there that lets you know what we've got, so that's pretty cool. So there we go. There's our Evil Lynn with the toy colors. That is very nice. Kind of glad Evil Lynn's at least 1 in every 12, so she's been one of the common ones in this particular wave. And let's get her staff out here. That wand in her hand. I love the little translucent purple orb. That is so, so very cool. So there we go. Toy Colors Evil Lyn. Really, really nice. Love that. Okay. So we got Evil Lyn. We got Red Beastman. Here we go. Next box. Let's rip this open. Get that bag out. There we go. Kind of toss that off to the side there. Come on. Come on. Come on. He-Man. There he is. Oh, yeah. He's totally that lighter color that we saw kind of on that. It's very reminiscent of like that DC versus the He-Man versus Superman pack there. But like those bright colors. It actually looks really cool. The hair's even brighter on this one. The skin tone's brighter on this one. He doesn't have a tan. He doesn't have much of a tan at all. He's actually very pale, this He-Man. This He-Man needs to hit the tanning bed. But he does come with a whole slew of weapons, so that's really cool. Look at that. Crazy colors on these. So we got the battle axe, we got the shield, and of course we've got the power sword with some crazy orange there on the blade. So let's go ahead and put all these in his hands here. There we go. The shield, just like that. He does have a little holster on his back too. Let's see, can we fit the axe there? Yeah, we'll put the axe there. Check that out. All right. So that is our He-Man in this particular set. So doing pretty good. Got 3 out of the 4 so far that are all original figures, no duplicates. All standards though, you know. They're not, none of the super rare ones. So here we go. Final box. Knowing my luck, this is just going to be a duplicate, but fingers are crossed that I've got one of the rares. I really want to pull out Flocked Beastman. I'd love to show you guys something cool like that in this video. So keep your fingers crossed for me. Here we go. Here we go. What do we got? Oh, look. Did I call that or what? Duplicate of Red Beastman. So this is, I do want to kind of bring it up because this is a downside to these. And, you know, we've talked about it before, but the Loyal Subject stuff, I love these. They're great. They are a bit on the pricey side. So these at Walmart are retailing for $13.99, I believe. So they're $14 a piece, and they're blind boxed, which makes it rough because I just spent $30 for 2 of the same figure, basically. So, you know, when they're that pricey, I kind of wish that they weren't blind boxed. And this is coming from a guy who, you know, typically loves blind bag and blind box toys. But when you start hitting that price point, it makes it a little harder to justify. So I totally understand anybody who's out there saying that these are too expensive. I will say again that I think they're very nice figures. I like these color variations. They're pretty cool. I kind of wish I would have got one of the fun ones like the Flocked Beastman, but still, pretty cool little assortment here. So as I said, these are Walmart exclusive. They're hitting stores right now. Walmart's kind of been putting like this little blind box area in the action figure aisles at the stores, so definitely start checking there. It actually took me 3 different Walmarts to even find these because they're selling out everywhere. So good luck, guys. Happy hunting. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you've been any luckier than I have been with these. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on a review. Until next time, my friends,